cat stack with a mouth. Swish, twist it out. I'm a bad bitch, don't do that. Won't chase ya, no patience. I'm with Jesus, up in Matrix, in the spaceship. Do no basics, I ain't no cute kitty with a facelift.
Hello again, you hungry people out there. My name is Joe, and this is the Joe is Hungry channel, where today we're headed back to Arby's to check out one item on their new limited time menu lineup. Tear it apart, give it a taste, issue a score right here within the city limits of Fairmount, Georgia. Arby's new Steak Nugget Menu Lineup has 3 items, just plain steak nuggets in 5 and 9 nugget denominations, and this includes barbecue dipping sauce, the steak nugget bowl with onion rings and macaroni and cheese, and what we're doing today, the steak nugget sandwich, and this consists of smoked steak nuggets, crispy onion strings, horsey sauce and pickles, Havarti cheese on an Arby's brioche bun. Each one of these will degrade your diet plans with 720 calories. I have the full nutritional information on the screen and in the description below. If you must try one of these sandwiches, Arby's will pinch you for $8.29, or you can make it a medium combo for $12.99 before taxes in Georgia. And keep in mind, prices vary from location to location. Fortunately for us, but historically not so much for Arby's, they have serving weights in their nutritional information. Each one of these sandwiches all alone is supposed to weigh in at 245 grams or 8.64 ounces. With the aid of a little bit of fuzzy cat math, you come up with a preliminary, and I do stress preliminary, a fairly high, even for today's standards, of 96 cents an ounce. Will Arby's get within 10% of their advertised product weight? Will they even pass the temperature test? Well, we're about to find out when we roll the drive-thru at Arby's in Cartersville, Georgia.
Watch this.
Thank you for choosing Arbys.
Yeah, I had a mobile order for the steak nugget sandwiches.
All right, go ahead and pull up to the window.
Thank you.
Love it. Morning. We're
Hey.
still working on it. Give us just a moment.
I figured so.
Give us just a second.
It's okay. I've got my steak nugget sandwiches. Let's pull off to the side and do the Joe is Hungry temperature test. Steak nugget number 1 is 115.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Steak nugget number 2 is 119.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Steak nugget number 3 is 112.3 degrees Fahrenheit. If you've been watching my channel any length of time, you know I like my temperatures at 140 degrees or above. This is really not a hot and cold ingredient mix sandwich. It's not a cold sandwich. This is supposed to be a hot sandwich. So today, Arby's, apparently they didn't get the memo because they failed the Joe is Hungry temperature test. Now it's time to open this thing up, count every nugget, taste the meat, head back to the studios and do the Joe is Hungry weight test. Well, Arby's, the temperature test, come on. Why am I not surprised? Unfortunate. Well, the next question we have here, can you make all these the same size? Can you live up to your own weight standards? Well, let's take off for this packaging. In other words, set the chair on the scales. Steak nugget sandwich number 1 weighs in at 6.54 ounces or 186 grams. Steak nugget sandwich number 2 weighs in at 7.23 ounces or 205 grams. Steak nugget sandwich number 3 weighs in at 8.25 ounces or 234 grams. Well, the difference between the heaviest and the lightest is actually more than 10% of the average weight of all three. So today, Arby's, you fail the Joe is Hungry consistency weight test. Well, Arby's, they do have serving weights and nutritional information. I compared those, and unfortunately, they are more than 10% below that. So today, Arby's, you fail the Joe is Hungry weight test, which leaves one more thing to do, and that is to add them all up, average them out, do the math, and it drives the price up from 96 cents an ounce all the way up to $1.13 an ounce, which leads us on to the next test. The one and only, the Joe is Hungry Big Reveal. This is what it looks like, and this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it looks like, and this is what it's supposed to look like. Well, we've seen what it looks like and how much it was. With them short waiting, it's actually a pretty astronomical price. About the only thing I can say for this thing is it actually kind of resembles its ad photos. Leave it in the comments if you feel differently or agree. Now it's time for the one and only, the Joe is Hungry bite test. So it is bite test engage. The brioche bun was soft, fresh, and it actually held up relatively well. The Havarti cheese was savory and mild, but didn't do that good of a job at holding the meat in the sandwich. But it does add a nice flavor. The onion rings were crunchy and tasted good, but do not overwhelm. The meat is savory and tender, maybe just a little bit dry, but overall the combination works well in flavor and texture. With that being said, let's see if Shadow Joe has anything to add and do the Joe is Hungry Sneak-a-Doodle Bite. Sneak-a-Doodle Bite number 1. Sneak-a-Doodle Bite number 2. You're a dweeb. Sneak-a-Doodle Bite number 3. I'll give him this. This is definitely a meaty sandwich. No question about it. It's actually relatively tender. I can taste the cheese and I can taste the onions. It is unfortunate that this thing is not a little bit warmer. So let's go ahead and give this thing a score. If you don't know my scale is 1 to 10, 9 being the best. Anything above 9 is a once in a lifetime experience and almost never achieved. 5 and down is that slippery slope to the pits and depths of fast food hell. So let's go ahead and give this the number it truly deserves. Arby's, what a shame. You hosed the temperature test, and then you come along and screwed yourself on the weights, short weighting us. Really? And that is a shame, because this sandwich is actually a good sandwich. I like the flavor. I mean, if you would have put it together correctly in the right portions, this thing would be scoring a mid-7, no question about it. However, today, because of this, I'm gonna have to go 4.9. That is my number, this is my review, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.